One of the things about relaxation training is as you practice it more, it can also be relaxing for you too. So things I'm looking for, again, are her legs. Does she kick them off to the side? Eventually, when she lays down, you might see like a big sigh, the eyes blinking. So all of that is not going to get her anything. Only laying down and getting a little bit calmer will. So I'm just completely ignoring all that. I'm not looking at her. When I look at them, and you can see there's her kibble up there. It's just her regular dog food. And so none of that's going to get her anything. But when I look at her, I don't try to stare directly in her eyes. I look at her, but not not making super direct, intense eye contact. I just kind of softly move my eyes. I blink. I maybe look at her back or her feet or something like that, so that it's not me staring directly in her eyes and her staring directly back into mine. It's kind of more of a soft gaze. Good. So that was 5 seconds. And I'm working on teaching her to calm down faster and faster. Once she really gets this, and when she's truly in a more relaxed state, you'll see that after she gets the treat, she immediately puts her head back down. They get to a point where it's almost like too much work to have to lift their head back up to eat because they're really calm. Good. That was 10 seconds. And so what I do is I just say good before I grab the treat and move, so that it's that word that cues her that she should be alert that something's coming, and not just my hands or anything moving. So like I can kind of move around and stuff, and none of that is going to be predictive of a treat coming. So you don't need to be on high alert wondering if I'm going to give you a treat. It's only going to happen when I say that word. Good. So there I said that word, and then that was predictive of a treat coming. So there's really no need to be on the, I think that's the important part too. There's no need for her to be on high alert, just, watching for your every flinch, wondering if something's going to happen. It's going to be cued by that word happening. Good. So I say that word, and then I drop the treat. So once she gets to the point where she is more relaxed, you see it here, she's still pretty fidgety. Just good. And then again, I'm paying her for being in a relaxed position, but I really want to orient her more towards me. So whenever I give the treats, instead of giving it to her out there where she was, I give it to her facing my direction so that I can see what she's doing, because it's hard to see her face and her facial expressions if she's facing the other way. Good. So she's not blinking right now, which tells me that she's not very relaxed, but she is putting her head down. So she's thinking and trying to figure out what I want. Good. Here, Polly. Good. Again, I don't really like them laying full out on their side like that. I find that doesn't actually usually mean that they are as relaxed. Good. I don't know if you heard that, but she just let out a really deep sigh. She just went, and so I'm going to pay that, because letting out that big, taking that deep breath and letting out that big sigh is another way that they can use to cope to help themselves relax. So anytime she does something that promotes relaxation, I'm going to pay that, and that big sigh is a good one. Good. So there she stayed still for about 10 seconds. Good. There she put her head down right away after eating the treat. So I'm going to pay that, because the faster she gets her head back down, the better off you are. I don't pay for that every time, but if she does it particularly quickly, I will pay a couple times for that. So there she saw me moving the camera a little bit, so she lifted her head to check out to see what I was doing. She's going to learn, though, that there's no need to check that out if I'm moving. And so once she gets the idea for this and is really good at it, then I start adding things in that would be triggers and helping her learn how to relax down through them. Good. So that might look like sometimes I'll stand up and I'm looking for them to be able to calm right back down or stay laying down. I might knock on some furniture to simulate knocking on the door. You mentioned that she gets really over the top when there's animal noises on TV. So once she really gets the idea of how to relax, then I start adding some of those triggers in and teaching her how to calm herself back down and ideally, eventually, just stay calm without going into that hyper excited state in the first place. 1003, 1004, 1005, 1006, 1007, 1008, 1009, 1010, 1011, 1012, 1000. Good. So that was 12 seconds. And we're only going to do another minute or so here and then end this session. Relaxation training is usually best done in about, I would say 10 to 20 minute sessions. Good. That was 15 seconds. Good job. All right, all done. So I'm going to give her a little extra there. And again, if you notice, she's perfectly happy to work for her dog kibble because that's how she's getting her breakfast. So this is going to help you save money. Yay, good girl. And then I take her away from the mat, and then I'm going to pick up that towel. The only time the towel mat, whatever it is that you use the same thing every time. Oh, look at you. But the only time that comes out is when you are actually doing the relaxation training. So I don't leave it, I don't use one of her dog beds that's out all the time. I want to use something special that only comes out, doesn't have to be super, it's a towel, right? But something that only comes out when you're doing this. So that really helps them cue that this is about relaxation time. So as soon as I'm done, I only pull it out right before I start. And then as soon as I'm done, I put this towel away, and she won't see this towel on the ground again until we are doing relaxation training the next time.